Hey everyone. I thought we would take just a few seconds, minutes, to talk about what to do when we are working stoichiometry conversion problems that are not specified what type of problem is what. So far, everything that you've been done has been put into a category, like a mole to mole problem, or a mole to gram, gram to mole, or a gram to gram problem. But what you've not had to face is when you have problems that are in there and you may have a gram to gram, then you have a mole to gram or a mole to mole. So I was going to take just a few minutes just to kind of tell you how I go about solving problems when I'm not sure exactly what the goal of the problem is. And it's all about being very organized. The more organized that you are, the better that you're going to do on these problems. So you need to go ahead and kind of get into your brain that I have to be organized when I'm working these problems. I need to be organized. I need to write my units. I need to write my givens and make sure that I know what I'm looking for and what I'm starting with so that that way I can be successful. So in your Google Classroom, you're going to find a section on mixed problems. So let me show you where that would be. So when you go to the classwork section, right down here, you're going to see mixed problems. And this is nothing new. It's just mixed problems are going to be kind of a mixture of all the different problems that we've worked, okay? Right here, you're going to see a practice worksheet as well as the practice answers so that you can see how you're doing. And then you'll notice that you have two worksheets that you have to submit for grades. And remember, on these, they're PDFs, so you can type your answers in a Google Doc and upload your pictures. Or if you just want to submit the pictures, that's fine. Just make sure that they're very clear for me to be able to see. So I want to show you what these practice problems are like. And so I'm just going to pull up the practice document in order for us to kind of work with it. And I thought we would work one of these together. So I want to start with this moles of sodium. So they're telling us that they give us a formula and they want us to work this out. So this is the actual practice worksheet that was given to you. So I'm going to come over here so I can work this one out. So they tell us that we have 4Na plus O2 yields 2Na2O. And we have several different problems. They're kind of ABC problems on these. So for number 1A, they want to know how many moles of sodium would be needed to react with 3.82 moles of oxygen. Okay, so anytime that I have problems that are mixed up and I don't know what's what, I'm going to write down my reaction. This one's balanced for us. And then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to write down my given. So it's a 3.82 moles. And they want to know how many moles of sodium that would be. So by writing down my given and writing down my unknown, I immediately am able to say, oh, this is a mole to mole problem. And so I'm going to use this roadmap in order to work this problem. I'm going to start with my given in moles. I'm going to use my mole ratio, and boom, I've got my answer. Okay. So if you go on down to number or to letter C on number 1, they ask us how many moles of O2 are needed to produce 34.7 grams of Na2O. So same reaction. So this time we're just working another problem with it. So our given is 34.7 grams of sodium oxide, and they want to know how many moles of oxygen we're going to need. Okay, so right by writing down my given and my unknown, I can go, I'm starting with a gram and I'm going to a mole, so I can go to my roadmap and go, oh, when my givens in grams and I go to moles, this is the roadmap that I'm going to follow. Okay. Now, as you go through problems, you're going to become more confident and you're not going to necessarily have to pull out your roadmap every time. But I like to tell students whenever you're working stoichiometry problems, don't think of them as like a math problem. Instead, think of them as kind of like a puzzle. And it's your job to fit together those puzzle pieces so that you cancel out things and that you get your final destination, that answer that's needed, in this case, moles of O2. Okay, so I hope that helps you out. Go work the practice problems and then check your answers. And then once you finish, you can submit those 2 worksheets for a grade. Good luck, and let me know if you have any questions.